right. We are now at stage 4 of the 2025 tour of the Gila. China. There he is.
Hello, hello.
All right. What the heck do we have good behind you? Little flags?
So yeah, got a little ambiance here.
All right.
We're continuing the tour of the Caribs. Now we're out here on the port. Some teal New Mexico vibes.
I love it. Looks
Got
great.
a little got a little on me from the race today, as you can
Oh
see.
no, what happened?
Nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. This is actually pretty typical of a crit. You got a lot of brake dust. This is
Oh
all actually
wow.
just brake dust that's stuck on my face from my sunscreen. So.
I never thought
Um,
about the brake dust coming off. Good grief.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're ripping turns, we're scrubbing off speed, we're sprinting. It's kicking up a lot of dust. It's actually shocking, like how dirty you get after a crit.
So walk us through the crit. I know you previously talked about it's a four-corner crit, but give us the rundown.
Yeah. Four corner crit. It's got one hill, I guess, kind of two hills, but you swing into the second one with a ton of speed. Um, there was a pretty strong wind today, so it was a headwind going up the climb, which meant a tailwind through the start finish, which was basically flat, very slightly uphill. But you swing down into it with a lot of speed, so like I knew that it was just going to be stupid fast through that every single time, and that was something I need to be like really conscious of in terms of how much speed do I carry through that turn, and really making sure that I come out the other side like on the wheel of the guy in front of me. Don't leave any sort of a gap because
Right.
they're going to just start to twist the throttle, and then it becomes really hard to stay back in it. So, yeah, it was a very fast one today. It's 40 laps. It ends up being, I think, a bit over 40 miles, so around a mile per lap. And this year was about 5 minutes faster than last year.
Wow.
We were over and out in about an hour and a half. So, close to 45 miles. We were very close to 30 miles per hour average, which is
Good
a
grief.
damn wonder on a course like this where it's got a hill, it's
Right.
got some heavy braking into some of the corners, it's got a heavy dose of wind today. So, yeah, boys were cooking, and I mean, guys are really, really fast out there. So, it was great to be a part of it. I actually genuinely enjoy crits like this, even though I don't identify as a sprinter or anything.
Right.
I still think it's a lot of fun.
So, did everyone kind of get out unscathed? No major issues or pile-ups or anything today?
Yeah, actually, in general, this race was quite safe, and that's because it was so fast.
Mm.
Usually, when races are this fast, it becomes a bit more strung out. Guys aren't like riding side by side; they aren't trying to overlap each other, and so there's less contact usually.
Right.
And with less contact, there's fewer opportunities for people to crash. So I didn't see any crashes. I had one very close call on the final lap that I managed to get on the GoPro, but I think there was some contact going up the hill, and a rider just in front of me had to like very quickly unclip, and
Oh my
so we all had
gosh.
to like dodge around him, and we're all sprinting up this hill, final lap, jockeying for position. So. Um, yeah, but we all kind of have like this little bit of that dog in us. We got that Formula One driver instinct. So
Right.
you maybe you've got your head buried with the effort, but you're still looking a few wheels ahead of you, and you're seeing like what are the helmets doing? If you see a helmet kind of dip down, disappear, that's when you know something bad is happening. So
Goodness.
um,
Well, at least you stayed
yeah,
off a crit drama.
yeah. My coach had a saying, and that was the race is in front of you. So
Mhm.
you always got to be looking forwards, not back.
Yeah, no doubt. What was the team strategy today? Did you guys have like a designated sprinter, someone you're trying to protect the whole race there? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. Michael Hemmerlin is kind of our, I guess you can call him our designated sprinter here. He's real good at mixing it up in crits like this. So our goal is to try to get him to the best possible finish, and to do that, we have a few other racers on this team that are pretty dang solid at positioning and crits. We also have Nikos, who's got a pretty good kick on him, and so our goal was to kind of use my teammate Jordan to help pilot Nikos and Michael in the kind of the final 10 laps, and then Nikos could kind of do a lead out for Michael to try to seal off the sprint. And meanwhile, my role is to be a sweeper and basically sit on Michael's wheel and just use my elbows, my hands, whatever, to prevent other people from trying to jump on him and keep them from like swarming him around the side. So
Right.
we were partially successful. Unfortunately, Nikos had a mechanical relatively early on in the race. I think he dropped his chain,
Oh
and
wow.
they did not award him a free lap. So what happens in crits like this is if there's a crash, if you have a recognized mechanical, you can go to the pit where they provide neutral service. So they have spare bikes and spare wheels. You can go to the official and say, "Hey, I had this issue," and then they'll either say like, "Okay, we'll give you a free lap," and they'll reinsert you in the race. You just basically have to get on and sprint to get back in the group. Or they'll say, "No, it's not a recognized mechanical, no free lap awarded," and then basically you're kind of screwed. Like, you're chasing to try to like get back on, but you'll never make it at that point, unfortunately.
Right.
Um, so that was a big loss. Definitely, Nico's had used mechanical early on, but we did a pretty good job, I think, of squatting up Jordan, Michael, and I, and sticking to at least that part of the plan. Jordan did a really fantastic job of piloting us around and showing us the outside line on the really fast downhill corner, and we were just very committed to taking that outside line the whole race. And it can get a little bit tight if people start moving over to you, and now you're pinched to the barriers. But
Right.
um, it's like mutually assured destruction. So nobody's really gonna do that. So yeah. Um, so we kept it upright. We kept it safe. I think Michael finished close to a top 10 position. So
Nice.
um, yeah, on to the final day tomorrow.
Yeah, so I guess with all this racing and drama behind you, what are we thinking with how you're feeling going into the final day? How's the team feeling, and what's the strategy? Well, maybe you shouldn't give up the strategy on a live stream. We can talk about that tomorrow, but yeah, what's for dinner? What's the recovery, and what's the kind of broad idea or plan going into tomorrow?
Well, okay. Answering those questions in order. Not entirely sure what's for dinner, but my team director was just off camera there, signaling that food is up soon. So
I figured
um,
as much.
so yeah. We'll be getting the grub on here in a sec. Um, in terms of strategy, we have Braden, who's pretty well positioned overall and in the youth classification. So definitely looking to support him to move up in that. Um, Beyond that, tomorrow is like such a hard day. It's such a attritional stage that it's kind of anyone's guess how it'll unfold. Um, I might have a few tricks up my sleeve. I'm feeling a little bit better. Feeling a little bit better. I have a little bit of a
Sounding better.
reputation to uphold in terms of
Yeah.
racing tactics. So I won't say anything more than that. But I'm hoping that I can kind of be a lot more active tomorrow, and sort of get something out of this after kind of a challenging start with being sick
Yeah.
last week.
So final question, and then I can let you go. Get fueled up for tomorrow.
Mhm.
So tomorrow's stage. It's a long one, and I know you say it's kind of an attrition type thing. What's been your read on how this has happened in the past with are folks kind of dropping off with the first major climb or feature, and then you've got a field cut in half? Is it really towards like the final quarter of it? Is it the whole field just gassed? I mean, what's kind of the vibe generally?
Yeah, on the first it's either a category one or category two climb. Generally, it's not super explosive, but the field will kind of get cut in half just because it's so long and it's so hard. It goes up to high altitude, and there are KOM points on offer at the top.
Mm.
So there will be some riders who will be looking to attack towards those, or maybe getting a breakaway to get them. Um, Super fast descent down towards cliff dwellings. It's not unheard of for guys to hit like 60 miles per hour on that one. So it's pretty wild. And then it tends to be like pretty chill down there. The race isn't really on until you kind of turn around to go back up that super fast descent that you came down, and that's when it just honestly kind of explodes.
Mm.
Because it's like a Cat 1 climb. It's very steep at the bottom. It's very exposed. It's hot. You come down off of that, and you have like another Category 2 climb that you have to face like right away. Category 2 or Category 3. And then it's just up and down all the way until the finish. There's not really any chances to regroup, really after that big climb out of cliff dwellings. So
Gracious.
people tend to kind of dribble in like ones and twos and threes at that point. Um, so there's going to be, no matter what your goal is tomorrow, there's going to be suffering for sure.
Well, we'll try to minimize that, but also hope you give it the beans or the lentils, however we want to say that.
Give it the
Um,
legume of your choice. Yeah.
there we go. Well, hey, have a good dinner. Enjoy the rest of your time out there. And then, yeah, if you're not too gassed tomorrow, hopefully we can finally get Peter Schmidt to join and do a full-on stage 5 recap. And yeah, good luck tomorrow, man. Yeah, hopefully
All
the
right.
legs are working.
Thanks.
All
I'm looking
right.
forward to filling you in tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Talk to you soon.
Peace out.